Rene Lacad.
What's up, dude?
How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Dude, it's been like 4 years.
It has been a minute.
Dude.
You want to tell everyone how we met?
Dude.
That's a good story.
It is a good story. All right, so I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, the one in West Covina, and hold on, I'm thirsty. It's the beautiful thing about podcasts, bro. You can do whatever the hell you want. It's not scripted.
I know.
Make all the mistakes. You can cough, you can sneeze, you can pick your nose, whatever. But yeah, I was a host at Buffalo Wild Wings, and you always used to come in like every week, dude. You're ordering some wings. What was your favorite?
My go-to?
Yeah.
Mango half mango habanero, half Parmesan garlic.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You're not one of those Asian Sing guys?
That's racist, first of all.
Dude, the Asian Sing tastes like the lumpia sauce, right? Come on, tell me that.
Like sweet and sour?
Yeah, like the.
Yeah.
Remember? Did your mom make lumpia?
Yeah, but I need like some some flavorful ass shit. Like I need like. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Dude, you can do whatever the hell you want, bro.
Cool, wonderful.
We once had an orgy on here.
Oh,
No,
bet.
I'm just kidding.
Nice.
But dude, yeah, like so yeah, I was a host, and you would always come in. You'd always talk to me like the coolest dude ever, bro. And you were like, "Dude, how's your day going?" I'm like, "It's kind of shitty. I have a shitty ass job, you know."
Yeah.
Like, oh, things get better. Da, 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 da. And every day we would just every week we would just talk, and like you would come in.
Yep.
And I like the one thing I'd always remember is like, dude, you were such a nice dude, and
Right.
like you were just so normal, like so normal looking, you know. And we connected really well because like we both come from like Filipino families and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this guy's awesome. And one day you were like, hey, do you have Instagram? I'm like, yeah, I have Instagram. Like, who doesn't have Instagram? He's like, oh, let me follow you. I was like, okay. So I gave you my Instagram, and then you followed me. I saw a notification, but I didn't check it until I got off work. And I was like, dude, like, so I checked your page, and I was like, holy shit. At this time, this was like 4 years ago, so I think you had like maybe like 20 or 25,000 followers, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's still 25,000 followers.
3 years. It was probably like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like I think it was like 12,000 people that followed me. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh shit, this guy's famous.
No,
that's what I thought.
Right.
And then
okay.
over the next 3 or 4 years that like we followed each other. Like you buy an I8, you buy an I8, then you buy a penthouse, and then I see you like traveling every 2 weeks to like these different like countries and different states. I'm like,
crazy year.
dude, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell, dude? This guy is crazy.
The past year, probably the past like year and a half of my life has been the craziest years. Period.
Yeah. What
ever?
What would you say is the most craziest about it?
I mean, obviously you get like experiences. It's like almost living a different life.
Yeah.
It's almost like living a different life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like money positions you differently.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all these experiences that are just like nuts. Like you didn't even think about it. It's stuff you see in movies, and you're like, oh, it's fake. Like you only see it in movies, bro. It's real. The stuff you see in movies is real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Normal people just don't get to experience it. So
yeah.
that's kind of like the past year.
Yeah,
it's been a real life highlight reel.
Dude, it's been real for me just seeing it. I'm just like, dude, this fool is everywhere.
Yeah,
and I saw like ended up seeing like it was an ad on Instagram.
Okay.
And
nice.
It was you in front of your i8, and you were talking about like, oh yeah, like I used to dream about having this car, and now it came true, and now I'm making all this money doing what I'm doing, and you can do it too. Here's my blueprint.
Yep.
And I see this ad, I'm like, dude, that's my friend. You know, like that's somebody that I actually know. Like you know, and it was just a surreal like moment for me.
Oh, for sure.
Know? Like
it's like this is a surreal moment for me just to be doing like stuff like this.
Yeah.
So like, as soon as you hit me up to the podcast, I was like, yo, I haven't seen this dude in years. I'm just gonna go do it. I'm happy. I love when people start things like that they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing something like this, it's like an outlet. Like you're not getting paid for this yet.
Yeah.
But you're doing it because you like to do it, which is like awesome. Because that's kind of how I started. I started doing stuff I like to do, and eventually, kind of the money. When you do something you love, like the money follows it.
Absolutely,
so it follows,
that's exactly what I was gonna say. And it's funny because like you were actually like one of the people that motivated me to do this.
Fire.
Because for these like we haven't seen each other for that long, 4 years. But dude, like I was in such a bad place in my heart, my mind, and my body in those past 4 years, and like. Dude, I was super depressed. I was fucking broke as shit. You know, like in every part of my life was not going good. Right. You know, in the like I just got a relationship, and that relationship wasn't like at its best. You know, it wasn't at its top capacity, its maximum capacity. And the reason why is because like in my heart, in my mind, and in my soul, like I wasn't doing well. You know, I was working at this shitty ass resta bar where I was treated like shit by customers and my managers.
Yeah.
And it's just like I was making money, but I was busting my ass for no damn reason. You know, like what am I busting my ass for? You know, for $100 a night. And like after that breakup and stuff, before that, I actually started like thinking about it because I got really into podcasts just because I like to learn, but on my own terms. I hate being in the classroom. I hate someone telling me what to do because I'm my own person. You know, and so with podcast, when I started listening to Joe Rogan's podcast and stuff, I was just super stoked about it because like it was a 2-3 hour segment,
right?
And I would like listen to it while I was like cleaning or doing some chores around the house, and like I learned so much within that time, and there was no format to it, you know. Like I learned so much about life, you know, like about volcanoes, about the weather, about mountains, about oceans, about conspiracy theories, all these little things that actually matter in the world.
Well, it's kind of cool because it's like feeding you information,
exactly,
but you don't know it,
and it's not forcing it down your throat.
Yeah, like when you go, like a good example, like I'm a college dropout. Yeah, reason I dropped out is because like I went, but I'm like sitting there and like people are saying shit and I'm like, yo, I don't care about this. Yeah. Why am I sitting here learning this?
Absolutely.
So when you learn stuff, not necessarily like when you, I guess, I feel like everyone has a thirst for knowledge. Yeah. But it's all different for every single person. So like you like learning about the Joe Rogan stuff because it's entertaining. It's almost like it's teaching you without directly like forcing it down your throat, like you said. Yeah. And when you're in the classroom, like learning experience, they're just kind of like, learn this. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. And so like, I started this podcast because I noticed that Joe Rogan had all these people on, right? And these are big names. You have Kevin Hart, you have Bernie Sanders, you have all these different fighters.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. I'm pretty sure you've seen that podcast.
I've seen.
Yeah, and
I've watched
all the entrepreneurs. You probably tune in a little bit more, just so you can learn stuff. But for me, it's just like I was addicted to watching the ones with fighters because I'm really into MMA and all that good stuff. Yeah, and so. What I noticed is like they were having really good intellectual conversations that people could learn from, you know. But what I noticed was these guys are already seasoned and already successful, already older people, you know. So that's what you kind of like expect out of them, you know. For sure. But for me and you, and for Nathan over here, we're all young guys. We're in our 20s right now, and the world sees us as lazy, as unintelligent, you know. And so just everything that we're supposed to be, we're not. And like I want to show people that you can be young, you can be successful, you can be intelligent, you can carry these conversations that impact people, you know. So that's the reason why. What is that? No, that's the reason why I started. It's just like people like you that are doing big things at a young age, and creating change. You know. And
I think what you were kind of saying, it goes back to impact. I think people have to just find the right thing that they like. Yeah. And because of what's laid out there for us, like if I were to just have listened to people and not done stuff I liked, I would have been so unmotivated. I would have been so unhappy. And like none of the stuff would have my trajectory would have been completely different. Yeah. But because I decided like, hey, fuck what everyone else says, I'm just going to go and figure what I like to do out. Yeah. It like helped me. Cause now I'm like I'm motivated by me now. Yeah. There's no one else that motivates me.
And you don't answer to anybody.
And that's probably the best part. But like, it's like I'm self-motivated. I'm self-sufficient. That's like a huge part of it. Yeah. So that's something great that I would recommend everyone because like it does amazing things for your happiness in general.
Dude, that's so funny. Yeah, you sound like Gary Vee.
I sound like Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee. Gary Vee's a legend.
Yeah. Have you met him?
I have not met him. No, unfortunately not. Not yet.
Dude, who have you met? You met the guy from Shark Tank, right?
Yeah, Ty.
You hang out with Ty Lopez a lot?
I used to work for him. So
that's
did you? How I got like a start in a lot of this, and then eventually I started my own thing, and then now I'm trying to just completely distance because I feel like a lot of like the podcast I did in the very beginning. Oh, so what do you like working for Ty? Or like there was a lot of Ty questions.
Yeah. So it wasn't about you. It was about the people you were working for.
They just wanted to know about Ty, and it's kind of like Ty. First of all, Ty's amazing.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot of things, and then but now I'm just focusing on me and like doing my thing. So
and you're creating your own business.
I'm paving my own way.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Right. That's funny, dude. That's crazy. So,
but entrepreneurship is small space. Everyone kind of knows each other.
Yeah.
Everyone that matters, at least.
Yeah. So who doesn't matter?
I'm not gonna take any shots, but like, there's a lot of fakers like in the industry for like kids. They'll go buy a bunch of followers, take pictures with cars that are not theirs. Yeah. Go and fucking bring 6 outfits and do 1 photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then like have just an entire month's content and just post it and like fake it till they make it, buy their likes, buy their followers, buy whatever. And it's like at the end of the day, like it's great, but it's like, what is that actually doing for you? Like nothing. Like in your real life, like your everyday life, what is it doing for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like you look cool, but like if you're doing something for someone else, you lost already.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I just started like making these videos like maybe 2.5 months ago, so I'm just, like super new to this. You know, I really don't know too much, and I'm winging it. You know, I'm doing what's best, like what I know how to do, and that's why Nathan's here just to take that to another level. You know, and that's why
the
you're
setup
here.
Is cool. The setup is fire.
Yeah, dude, this is all new to me, bro.
Right.
Like this is crazy, and I never thought I'd be doing this so early in what I'm doing. You know, like when I first started this, I just had a GoPro, and it was just me and guy. I had like a little boom mic, and me and the guy are just talking. You know, so like that wasn't enough for me. You know, but obviously in this business, you got to keep elevating yourself. You know?
As long as you keep like the thing is just sticking with it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like nothing is gonna pop right away. Like my Instagram's kind of cool. That's where I have like a little bit of a following.
Yeah.
I started YouTube, and I don't have any people that like watch. I mean, I have obviously like a couple thousand views, but it's not like crazy like numbers. But I'm still gonna keep pumping out content regardless of whether or not. Because I'm not doing it for. I mean, I kind of am doing it for other people, but most I'm doing it for myself, and then other people kind of gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
It's the consistency that keeps it going.
Yeah, for sure. It's like consistency over. Because everyone like it's the same thing with making money. Like people think, yo, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna be rich. Yeah. And it's like no, like it's a consistent like thing. You gotta keep doing it, bro. It's like over and over and over. Today it's crazy that we're doing this today. Literally today, and this is like a mind blowing thing. I tweeted 4 years ago. I was like, all right, Twitter, I'm not gonna tweet until I get an article on Forbes. That was my tweet. Yeah. And it was stupid of me because I was like, I'm like 20 at the time. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, this is gonna take me a year tops. Yeah. I did not tweet for 4 years because I didn't want to break that. And then today, this morning, I woke up and I got a notification, and there was a Forbes article with me in it. That's so insane. I just went to Twitter and I was like, yo, this is real now. On Twitter, I had a picture of my car that I now have. I'm like, this is real now. Called it. Yeah. But it was like fucking 5-6 years, bro. Yeah. Congratulations. It was not. Man. Thank you, man. Yeah, but it was not a year. It was not a year. Like, yeah. It's not. Oh, cool. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm rich, and I have. It's not point A, point B. It's like, fucking 6 years, bro. Yeah. I was like, and like, so it was just like insane. But that people fail to like recognize that. They think it's like it just happens like that. Yeah. And it does, but like you have to put in the work on the back end for it to happen like that.
What's it called? I was just talking to some like one of my regulars at work, and we were talking about like all these little like these stars that have been coming up, and it's all of like they're not doing anything with substance to it. Like that what's her freaking name? The How About That? What's that? What's her name?
Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah. She got famous off of disrespecting her mom with one line. True. And then she started putting out some shitty ass rap music that's not even good, and you're just like, what the hell? She got rewarded for doing absolutely not absolutely nothing, for doing less than nothing, which is disrespecting your own mom. And it's just like, oh, dude, I can't respect that.
She did. Well, I think one thing she did do well, I do have to give her credit for this, because you can't just take it all away. Yeah. She capitalized, because there's a lot of people that blow up. That blow up and then they disappear. As soon as she blew up, she kind of maintained it.
Yeah, she was good at marketing herself for sure.
Right, so she blew up, and instead of just going like this,
TV shows.
Yeah, she started doing everything. TV,
it's just like
full on press run, like everything.
Yeah, it just amazes me those like things like that, like disrespecting your parents, got her up there, you know, and then she fed off of that, you know. Right. And so it's like, and there's another one. There's it was that meme about that kid from Georgia. He's like a little chubby white dude with like long hair. And he like shakes this guy's hand. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna fuck with you." Yeah. And like now, dude, this kid's got like 1.8 million followers on Instagram, and he's probably gonna be doing some big stuff too.
The reason that stuff is good, because it's like, it's not really them. Like with that stuff, they're not doing it to blow up. Yeah. It just happens.
It just happens. Yeah, like the media blows it up.
Well, it's not even the media. The culture dictates everything. Yeah. So like the culture dictates if this works, if this doesn't work, and like the cool part about it though is you'll know. Yeah. If people are fucking with it, like, you'll see the numbers go up. Yeah. If they're not, you'll know right away. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you just got to give the people what they want. You
Yeah.
got to pay attention.
But it's just
to
like,
that
dude,
stuff.
it's just like those little, like, to me, they're stupid. They're just dumb because they become memes and become all like things of emptiness. There's no substance to it, you know, and
Right.
it turns into substance, and you're just like, what? Like, how did this happen? How did that happen?
Yeah, but one thing you have to think about is like the entertainment value.
It's true, yeah.
Like how many people got entertained by that?
It's true, yeah.
Right?
I was entertained. I was like,
Yeah.
there was videos of her getting her ass kicked by some other chick, and I'm like, oh hell yeah,
see, I didn't
that's where
see
she
any
gets
of
it.
But like no, like the entertainment, because people always say like, oh, there's no substance when they say that.
Yeah.
But there's entertainment value, so that's like substance in its own way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, cause that little white kid said that I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I was dying at those memes. I was looking at all those and I was like fucking laughing. So
yeah. Dude, that's freaking hilarious. Dude, I actually like that kid. He was cool. But like, cause I saw the meme, right? And then cause it was with those Popeyes chicken sandwiches.
yeah.
And then it's like the Chick-fil-A employees talking to the Popeyes employees like, all right,
yeah.
I'm fun with you.
Yeah.
And so like 3 months later, I see him like making videos and all this stuff. It's like, oh, this kid blew up off that one, you know?
He probably. I mean, it only takes one, bro.
It only takes one.
Only takes one. Like,
Yeah.
good example right now. TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
No, I'm not.
Bro,
no,
get on
haven't been.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Get on
Big right now,
TikTok.
right?
TikTok is
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the new Instagram now.
Kind of like the new Vine.
Yeah, I think it's
New
similar. I think it's similar to Vine, but when I say only takes
What
one,
is it
like,
though? What is it? Because I like I've seen videos and I've seen the app and stuff, but
it's
I don't.
like
I
it's
don't
like
know what-
Vine.
Yeah.
Like you just
They
post
just make videos.
really dumb shit. It's like
Yeah.
it's a younger demographic.
Yeah.
So he posts dumb shit.
Yeah.
And like,
Music
I mean,
beds,
I
think
got
you
on
could
it, and the reason I said only takes one, like, on TikTok, I literally post like stupid shit,
Mm-hmm.
and like they'll get 100 views or whatever. I had no
Yeah.
followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then I posted one. It was just the stupidest thing ever. Like I had it on my Instagram. No one even cared about it.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on TikTok. It got 200,000 views.
Really?
Yes.
What the hell?
On TikTok, out of nowhere, yesterday too. And so like ever since then, I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna fucking post bullshit, just a bunch of bullshit on there.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I posted like another just random thing.
Mm-hmm.
35,000 views on TikTok.
Jeez.
That's insane.
I
These
need to start
kids-
getting,
What, so
These
So
kids
what's-
just run with everything.
So what's
It's
the
wild.
difference between the Vine and TikTok? Like what's different about it? Because if it's just like Vine, you're just like, okay, this is just another Vine. What's different? you know?
TikTok has a better user experience.
Okay.
TikTok also, like, the landscape changed from when Vine came out
Mm-hmm.
to when TikTok came out.
Yeah.
So like, and when you build momentum like that, it built momentum super fast.
Mm-hmm.
And now people are putting TikTok videos on Twitter. People are putting TikTok videos on Instagram.
Yeah.
So like, people are gravitating from those other platforms
Yeah.
over to TikTok.
Most of the TikTok videos that I've ever seen were like dancing videos.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a dancing video app, like
Right.
where you do whatever your choreography you like to
Uh-huh.
do and put it on there or whatever. So that's what I thought it was at first.
No, I mean, it.
But then I
can
saw,
do
this,
that.
yeah.
You
But
can-
then I started
yeah.
seeing other stuff. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
You can just do a bunch of shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy, dude. Like,
yeah.
it's weird because like I know why people like it.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm like too old. Like that's kind of out of my generation.
Yeah.
But like, I see why kids would like it because it's just like stupid. I watch TikToks. And I'm like, this is so dumb, but like
Yeah.
I can't stop watching it.
That's funny. Yeah. So like, I know you get this question a lot, and we're
Yeah.
gonna have to dive into
Oh,
this
yeah, for sure.
just so like our audience knows like what you actually do.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
and you've made countless videos, and I've seen like through your ads and stuff. I've seen is this one still recording?
I'll check.
For sure. But through your ads and stuff, I see a lot of comments of people like, dude, you're fake as shit. This and that.
People
You're
do
not a
that.
real entrepreneur.
People
this and
hate,
that.
yeah.
And he was like, dude, I'm legit. And I was like, I'm like looking at these comments. I'm not gonna comment back because I'm not a
Yeah.
piece of shit. I don't care about what they
Yeah.
think, and I'm pretty sure you don't care what they think either.
Right.
But I was like, dude, this fool's legit. Like I freaking know this guy. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And so, but yeah, like what do you do as an entrepreneur? Like how do you make your money? How are you traveling around the world every 2 freaking weeks and
Right.
and partying with these chicks? You're like the new Dan Bilzerian, dude. Like,
Don't do that. No, I think one, all that stuff is fun.
yeah,
So I mean, I do that. I'm 24 years old. Like
Mhm.
I'm allowed to have fun. I'm not
Mhm.
a saint. So just
yeah,
because
absolutely,
I do,
yeah,
I tell everyone like, just because I do entrepreneur stuff doesn't mean I'm gonna sacrifice my life and be like this perfect role model person. Like,
yeah,
I'm still gonna live my life. I'm just
Mhm.
gonna share some entrepreneur stuff so you guys could do it too.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of people don't take the time to understand it, or like, so this is why I don't really say what I do.
hmm
Every time someone's like, what do you do? I'm like, digital marketing,
Yeah.
right? And people can easily go on Google and put digital marketing in.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing that, they say like, oh, so like what's that?
Yeah.
When you advertise a product online, like on social media, and show someone, they buy it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what kind of products do you advertise? Like they expect me to tell them every single thing about like my life. I'm like, oh, do you want me to just sit with you for 6 hours?
Yeah, do you want me to give you the gold gems on how to be successful?
Like you want to just sit for 6 hours and just have me teach you? Like,
yeah.
So when people say that, I say one answer and it leads to another one. They always have more questions, so I just stopped. I avoid the question altogether, but I'm happy to explain it. What I do is like digital marketing, and that's kind of like my core. And then I've diversified into like retail arbitrage.
Yeah.
And what that is retail arbitrage. You buy a product, you sell it for more. Super easy.
Yeah.
Super easy. So like, if I buy this water bottle, a good example, like, you know how people sell water bottles for $1 at like events, like raves and shit?
Yeah. It's like $5 at raves, but.
Bro, retail arbitrage, that water bottle cost them $1.
Oh, yeah.
Not even that, like 50 cents.
Yeah.
And because they're at a rave, they know people are going to buy them for $5.
Yeah, people are rolling tits. They need to hydrate. Yeah.
They sell them for $5.
Yeah.
That's literally what I do, just online.
Yeah?
Just online.
That's so funny.
And anyone can do it. They just have to learn it.
Yeah.
So another one is like digital marketing and branding. It's putting the right product. I always say it, putting the right product in front of the right person. So like, what would be a good example?
I like the Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like, "Hey, send me this pen," and he was like, "Oh, this is a nice pen.
Yeah,
you can." And he says to the other guy, he's like, "It's supply and demand." You know, it's like, "Oh, write your number on this. Well, I need a pen. Here you go." Supply and demand. So
that's more sales. I do more like marketing.
Oh, okay.
And that's more like, let's see. Let's say you didn't have a TV and you're shopping for a TV, right? I set it up so that it shows, and you're on Instagram, and all of a sudden you see like an ad that says, "Hey, sale on TVs." And you're like, "Shit, I need a TV," and you go and you buy a TV for me. I just made money from digital advertising. So that's, I guess, long story short, that's like what I do.
So you make money off those advertisements?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who pays you from that?
No, so those products, I own those products.
Okay, so you own those products.
Yeah.
And then you put out ads for those products on social media.
And then I make the money off of them, yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty simple. And then obviously there's some products that I don't own that I just market for and I sell, but then they pay me also, so. Yeah.
So when you started making this money, you ended up moving, you were living at your mom's house?
It's so complicated, bro.
We got time, bro. It's
my entire like life is just like a fucking mess. I came from a very traditional family, very traditional. So mom's wanted me to go to college, do this, do that.
That's
I dropped out.
Asian family.
She got mad. We used to fight almost like every time. So I was like, fuck this, I'm moving out. I moved out to West Covina, just a little apartment in West Covina. Yeah. Was there for a little bit, had a little sales job, and then eventually my mom was like, "Oh, just come back home." Like, you know how like you fight and she takes it. She's like, "Okay."
Prodigal son kind of vibe.
As soon as like you do that, come back home. And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Did that, went back home, still didn't work. She's like, "What are you gonna do with your life? Like, like go back to school." And I was like, "Yo, I just moved back home."
Yeah.
So then I end up moving. Like, I get kicked out again. End up moving to LA. But I would still visit. That's kind of around the time when I would kick it with you. Not even that. Like, that was before then.
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years.
Dude, it's been that long, bro.
So,
it took me 3 freaking years to put this shit on, bro.
Yeah. So I moved to LA, little tiny apartment in the valley. And from there, like, once you have like your own space, you can really like focus in.
You grow.
So
you grow.
Sure. So I moved to LA. I distanced myself from everyone. And from there, I just kind of started picking up more and more and more until eventually I was like, shit. And I learned super fast until I was finally able to move into the place I'm at now.
Nice. So when you started making all this big money and stuff, when did you start like traveling heavy? Because I remember there was a point in time where like, there was a point in time where you were like every 2 weeks, you were in a different country or a different state. You were in Miami, in New York. You were just going crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I think as soon as I could afford it, not necessarily afford it, but like I wasn't location dependent anymore. So like I could run a business from New York. I could run, because obviously I need to physically be here to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
But if I could say, hey, let me clear my schedule for the next month. I'm just gonna travel.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah.
And that as soon as I could make money from my laptop and I
Mhm.
don't have to be at a job or be anywhere,
Yeah.
and I was actually making money and I could afford the rent back home while I was traveling, like as soon as the funds were right and I didn't have to be somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
I was just traveling. Now I'm kind of in the process of like really trying to build this business
Yeah.
to like 8 figures. So I'm trying to stay here in LA, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see how long that lasts.
Dude, so proud of you, man.
Thank you, dude.
Dude, that's insane, dude. Like
Yeah.
just like you being here is like such an inspiration to me, man. Because it's just
Thank you,
like,
dude.
because I've spent so many months, and you can even say years, about dreaming about like people like you and me talking about like
Yeah.
your successes in life, you know.
Right.
And dude, it's like we're right here. Like this is a
And-
dream come true for
Well,
me.
the crazy part is it's like possible for anyone. I
Yeah.
say this and
Yeah.
everyone's like, you're smarter than me or this and that. Like
Yeah.
they always make excuses and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I had a 2.1 in high school. I
Yeah.
was the idiot in high school.
Yeah. Dude, I was an honor student in high school, and then went to college. I started failing all my classes.
Right. Like,
And I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on? And it's because like I wasn't in sports, I wasn't wrestling anymore.
right.
So I didn't have like I didn't like school, but I kept my
Mhm.
grades up so I could compete.
Yeah.
And so because I didn't have that little thing that to keep my grades up, you know, like that little
that little motivation.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
motivation. It just like, dude, school didn't work out for me just because of
Right.
and stuff like that. So I was like, dude, the best way like I ended up learning was through watching podcasts and listening and
Right.
watching movies, stuff like that,
When you-
reading, you know.
Yeah. When you learn on your own too, like it's, you internalize it
Yeah.
way better.
And I feel like there's no boundaries.
What do
You
you
know?
mean?
There's no
Like-
boundaries to learning when you learn on your own.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like when
Yeah.
you're in a classroom, right? And your teacher says, "Hey, we're gonna learn about World War II, right? And we're not just gonna learn about World War II. We're gonna learn about this specific war.
Mhm.
Within that day, you're learning about that war, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, like if I like here's a perfect example. I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Dude, such a good movie.
It
And
was long.
yeah,
It
and
was
so-
long.
so I had to do a little bit of research on my own after the movie because a lot of it had to do with the Manson family and all the murders and all that,
Right.
all their cult ways and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so I spent another 3 hours like researching on it, and that's just on my own.
Right.
You know, so like there's no one telling me like what I could learn, what I couldn't learn. You know,
Mhm.
so I ended up learning about the Manson family. And I was like, nope, now I'm knowledgeable about all the freaking
Right.
murders they did.
And so I think the reason why school doesn't set people up for success, it's not
Mhm.
even just that. It's the stuff that they teach you.
Yeah.
Like, why do I need to know about World War II?
Yeah.
Like, can you guys give me any reason
Well, I can
why?
because war is very essential to the way our country's ran now. Does that make sense? Like here's a perfect example. No country can use nuclear bombs anymore. It's illegal. Or
Okay.
in terms of war, it's illegal. You can't. It's so fucked up. Like when we bombed Japan twice, it created so many problems for them that every country agreed. We're like, okay, we can't. Like we should not use this weapon anymore. You know.
Right.
So it's kind of like taboo to use like
So-
everyone's like flexing their guns and showing how big their dick is with all their nuclear bombs and stuff.
So
but
you-
the reason why
well, this is just my take on it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
explain that entire thing to me in like 3 minutes.
yeah,
3 minutes. Can you tell me how taxes work?
dude, I can't.
Can you tell me how?
But I think like it's still essential.
Can you
It's
tell
essential.
me how like economics works?
Yeah, but it's just like I think it's like in it. Just like the knowledge, there's like different knowledge.
see
and
what I'm
different
saying,
yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I
Like-
understand.
Like
It's
you
the
just told me
system.
like, oh, bomb and like this and that. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. How does that affect your life today
Mhm,
versus
that's true.
taxes? Because I'm sure you just paid taxes this month,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like that goes into politics, you know, and then politics
Right.
goes into money as well. So they're all connected in some way, you know.
Uh,
That's how I think about it.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and why are they teaching a little kid about stuff like that instead of like, hey, in a year the government's gonna take all your money
Yeah,
and you have to
that's
pay
true.
it back at the end of the year?
I think that
Or-
there's definitely like a balance. There needs to be a
Right.
balance. You know, like I history was actually my favorite subject in school just because I liked learning about the past
Mhm.
and then applying that to the future, you know. And so that's how like that's why the United States is one of the most powerful countries in the world because of our history. You know, the way we did things in the past.
True.
You know, but obviously like
and then just kind of piggybacking off
Yeah,
that
yeah.
example before I lose, because I have ADD,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like,
yeah.
bounce back and forth.
yeah,
Why are they teaching us like what an obtuse triangle is?
yeah, that I don't
But
know.
they don't teach us how like interest rates work.
Yeah,
So you have all these kids that are like locked in crazy
Yeah.
loans or credit card debt and
Mhm.
like just slammed with all this stuff.
yeah,
and they're like, shit, I know what an obtuse triangle is.
So,
what?
So do you think the way of education should be self-parenting from now on? But also keep them like if you have kids, you should teach them like on your own, but also have them go through
because like I think it should be up to like it should be the school system that teaches them, but just stuff that matters.
Yeah, the system.
So, because think about it, like if parents are teaching you this stuff, most people have no money.
Yeah.
So what they pass on to their kids, they're passing like a poverty mindset to their kids as well. Yeah. Right. Like if my mom tried teaching me like go to school, go to college, do this. Like her goal for me, her main goal, become an engineer, make $45 an hour. And like in theory, that sounds so good, right? You're a mom, like you're an immigrant. My mom was an immigrant. Yeah. She's like, my son's gonna go and make $40 an hour. Like, ooh. And me thinking about that, I was like, if I made $40 an hour, I would die. Yeah. I couldn't afford my place. I couldn't afford my car. I couldn't afford any of the stuff I do, and I would be at a job. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's like everything's kind of messed up, but the cool part is we have all the resources to just kind of take control of our lives.
Technology.
Yeah. I've always someone asked me like someone always asked me, and I always remember this when I'm thinking about like now and money and stuff, and just all the things that we have with technology. And people, that person was like, "What if you could live in what time? What would it be?" I'm like, "This one
now."
So, now. Yes. It's like, dude, we have a device that carries all the information in the whole freaking world in our pocket. Yep. We have the hottest chicks, and people are like, "No, they were hotter back then." I was like, "Yeah, but we have tech." But we have tech.
How do they know that?
Yeah, I was like, we have technology that keeps chicks prettier longer. You know, like surgeries are looking better. Surgeries are looking better. Those tits don't look fake. Those things look real.
I just thought from the aspect of a melting pot of like what we've become with mixed families, and that's beautiful to me.
Oh, I agree.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. And it's just like, dude, like this is the best time to be alive. The movies are getting like better, you know. Like
that's why people are like,
music's dope,
bro. It trips me out when people are like, I'm an old soul. I was born in the wrong time. I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, what?
Like, I say that I'm an old soul, but that's because of like my manners and the way I speak.
That you're just okay, but that's
just being polite.
That's called being nice. Yeah,
okay,
that's called being nice. Like, you're like, I'm an old soul. I'm like, so you'd rather be like weren't women not allowed to vote 50 years ago? A girl told me like, oh, I would much rather like live like 70 years ago.
Yeah, I was like,
in the 50s. Yeah, I was like, when women weren't allowed to vote or something.
Yeah, or
like,
the Great Depression.
Right.
Like or World War II when we're at war.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to live in that? We have the best military now. No one's fucking with us. Iran is trying to, but they're not gonna succeed. Dude, we could destroy them in if we wanted to. Trump could just wipe out everybody.
I'm not informed. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. Yeah. So I can't really.
Well, yeah, like dude, there's like all these memes and stuff that World War III is happening and stuff now.
Yeah, and those memes are funny though.
Yeah, it's because like Trump like ended up killing like their general or whatever, and so they're starting to fire back a little bit, but it's not really doing anything. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, America spends so much money on the military that dude, it's not even funny. Like we can go to war with anybody and win. You know, that's how powerful we are now. But yeah, that was kind of off.
Here's what I'll say to people who wish they were born back in the 70s or anything.
You do have a very gentle voice.
I do?
Yeah. It does. You sound like you run a smooth jazz talk show.
Dude, he wants to be a radio host.
For KUSC, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But you know how like dentistry has gotten so far. Like just imagine like dentistry back in the day. Like you don't want to go through the pain.
Exactly. You have the best You have the best medical help.
Exactly.
If you get sick, dude. Like back in the day, if you had chickenpox, you'd be freaking dead.
You get a cold and you die.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was back. Like if you go back far in time, the common cold would kill you.
Yeah.
So okay. Just to play devil's advocate, because I do think about a lot of this stuff. Dude, my brain is always just fucking.
Yeah, you're speaking to the devil himself, bro. Come on.
One thing I understand from that perspective. Yeah. Baseline happiness for a lot of people was better, because now that we're all interconnected, a lot of people compare themselves, and that's why I feel like you see a lot of the hate on my shit. Like a lot of people just hate like the ads that you see that I run. You like them because you know me, and you're like, oh hey, he's legit. He's a really nice guy. People that don't know me, they're like, man, fuck this guy. Like, they go on my page and they see like, it's like almost like they see me doing better. And they get angry. They see it.
They're freaking losers. That's why.
I don't think they're necessarily losers. They could be cool people, but because I think
so too.
It's
they're
almost
unmotivated.
Yeah.
Not even unmotivated.
You
They could be
so?
motivated. Yeah, they could be motivated,
Yeah.
but they take it out on like me because they don't have anywhere. They're not accountable. I think is.
But that's the thing. In my book, if you're putting down somebody for their success and you're not doing shit, you're a fucking loser. That's how I think about it. You know.
True.
I don't know.
I think if you kind of do any like I guess put out any negative energy. Period.
Yeah, you're a fucking loser. If you put anybody down, you know, like just because you feel bad about yourself, you're not a winner in life.
And the thing is, like, you're putting this energy, like, because think about it. Someone literally sees it, reads it. Instead of just scrolling, be like, oh, that guy sucks, and scrolling. Yeah. They go hit comment, think, write out a comment, and it's like, post it. Yeah. So that's why sometimes I'm like, if it's like lame, like people are like, oh, like one of the comments on my thing was like, because I was giving away like the blueprint on like how I did it. Yeah. Ways to start. Someone commented, step 1, have rich parents. I was like, that's kind of funny. Like, we'll let it go. But some people just like attack, like they attack the shit out of you, dude. Like they're like, oh, they like say real insulting stuff. So that's when I'll go in there and I'll like, I won't have any mercy. I'll just fucking. I remember I did it one time.
Just go off in their ass. Or
yeah, bro. I went off and I was like, hey, yo, bro, like. It's not my fault. My life is better than yours. Like I was just real, like, I was just taking the shots. And then I remember I did that one time. I felt kind of bad. I go back an hour to delete the comment. Yeah. And he deleted his comment. Oh, really? Like, he already deleted it before me. Like I guess he read it and felt bad. Yeah. So after that, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do that no more. Like, I kind of like gave him what he gave me, but then I was like, it wasn't worth my time. Yeah. I didn't like it. I didn't feel good about it. Like I thought about it, and I was like, no.
Yeah. It's a crazy world we live in, man. Yeah. I feel like there's that, like, although we do have all this stuff to help us, we're definitely the most laziest. We're definitely the most loser mentality kind of generation. You know, it was so funny because Gary Vee puts out all these freaking videos, and it's so hard to watch them all because he's always just pushing them out.
He pushes out content.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. He's just like, I love that, bro.
He tells people all the time, like, that's my key to success. I'm pushing out content all the damn time. I don't give a shit if you watch.
The more shots you take, the more you're likely to
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Boom. And so there's this one video where someone was like, what generation is this? What are we called?
Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z. Or who's once the one before
Millennials.
That? Millennials. He's like, oh, yeah, what's up with all these shitty-ass millennials? Yeah, these are like shitty people, this and that. And he's like, well, who fucking raised these millennials? It was the boomers, right? Right. And so it's just like, they're like, the millennials aren't all at fault here. You know? It's the people that brought them up that are fucking up, too.
I think it's a mix of everything. Just because, like, now we have more opportunity than ever to, like, make it, right? Yeah. But we've like conditioned ourselves to like instant gratification. Yeah. So like people want shit now. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of it. Like when I want food, I never go and make. I've lived in my new place for like 4 months now. Yeah. Have not cooked one meal.
Really?
I Postmates everything.
Really?
I've not cooked one meal, and it's like I'm guilty of like that, like instant gratification. Like I'll get what I want when I want it. Like, but people do that, so like it adds a sense of entitlement. Right, and I think that's the difference. Like kids nowadays, they'll be like kind of entitled. Yeah,
and that's my problem with like with sports and stuff because like now they're giving out these stupid ass participation trophies, and I'm just like, dude, you ain't entitled to shit. Just because you showed up doesn't mean anything. You better go out and get that gold.
Yeah, we're in a generation of where people are like, oh, don't hurt nobody's feelings. But it's like, yo, if you're gonna do that, nobody's gonna learn. Yeah. Yeah, if I have kids someday and they're in sports and they get one of those trophies, dude, I'm shoving that thing up like the coach's ass or something, bro. Yeah. 'Cause my kid's not like, bro, you didn't earn anything. You know, showing up doesn't mean shit. You know, everyone shows up. You gotta produce your own results. Yeah,
exactly. So it's just a weird world we live in, man. Like it's so weird.
Landscape's changing a little bit, but like I said, I think the what is it? The cream always rises to the top. Is that the saying? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't eat cream.
I don't either.
I'll pose this question to you guys. How do you guys feel coming over this 2019 to 2020 like hump? Like, how do you guys feel for just everything that we live in right now going forward? Like,
I mean, like I said, I mind my own business, dude. I don't pay attention to because here's the thing: when you pay attention to everything that's going on, your mind is so cluttered. Yeah. So like I focus only on Rene, and 2020 has been amazing. Like it's been 8 days. They just got a new office. just hired a new full-time employee.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a thing on Forbes. Like, it's been fucking.
Yeah.
I feel way better. Like I've been actually working out and shit. Like,
That's good.
I'm focused on me. Everything that happens outside of me, I block it all out.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, I'll cheers to that. Let's do it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm looking for the right time for this. L'chaim. Buffalo Trace? You like it?
My first drink of the new year.
You drink?
What?
You drink?
Occasionally. I try to fuck. See what happens when I drink? I forgot the word. I try to
Lightweight,
I try to have everything in
moderation.
There you go. I think everything's good in moderation.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do drink when I party.
Mm-hmm.
But when I party too hard, I realize other parts of my life suffer because of it.
Yeah.
So like,
you gotta find a balance.
Yeah. Like, because I think as a guy, and I went through this. Like, at some point, I was just dating a bunch of girls, drinking a lot, partying a lot. But when you do that, like you ignore all the stuff that actually matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like one thing I learned from that is like, dude, no matter what, your happiness is gonna be kind of like start on you.
Come from within.
It comes from within. It doesn't come from outside shit.
Yeah.
Cause I was funny, like I said earlier, I was looking at my tweets from like way back, and like if I look at my tweets from way back, I was talking like reckless. I was saying some shit that I'm like, yo, what is this kid doing?
Yeah.
Right? Because I thought like, you get the cool car, you get the pretty girl, you get like the cool house, everything's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm.
It all has to kind of start from like kind of within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once you get the cool car, or you date the pretty girl, you have the cool house, like you still kind of feel not empty, but like, okay, now what? Like you have the stuff and you're like, cool, this is great, but like, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
So I think you have to find something you're passionate about that makes you happy.
Yeah.
And like that's what's gonna be your main thing.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was like, when I was thinking about doing this podcast, and I have a few other things in mind that I want to do, you know, just because like I'm really into this kind of stuff, and I want to build off of that. There were so many doubts in my mind. If I was like, dude, is this gonna be a failure? You know, is this gonna work?
Yeah.
Are people gonna watch this shit? You know? And in my head, I was like,
ooh, real quick, I hate to interrupt you.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
Who gives a fuck if people watch it?
And that's
you're doing it for you, bro.
Yeah, and that's why like that's the conclusion I came to, and I always have to keep telling myself that because self-doubt's in everybody. You know, everybody has their insecurities and stuff, but I always come to the conclusion, it's like, dude, why should I give a I've never cared. I'm like one of the people that never cares about anyone's feelings. Right. I'm an asshole sometimes, dude. But at the same time, I love people so much. It's kind of like that. Like you have a sibling, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you and your sibling fuck around all the time and make fun of each other, but no one takes it to heart because you guys are brothers or your sisters, you know, or brother and sister, whatever. You have a brother, right?
Yeah.
You guys are brothers, and because you guys are brothers and you guys have such a deep relationship, dude, you guys can screw around, you guys can joke around, stuff like that, and you guys can be real with each other 100%. Yeah. And so that's how I take like almost every single relationship in my life because I care about that person so much that it's okay to joke around, you know?
So it's different with everyone because like
absolutely.
So with me, I rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah, so do I.
Just because like I fuck around, like my best friends, I make fun of them so much.
Yeah.
But if they shoot back, like if I take
you
shots,
better be able to dish it, take it.
And they shoot back, I'll be like, respect. Respect.
Let's go.
Respect. Yeah. But when people are like, I do something like that, and they're kind of like,
well, what a fucking dickhead.
Yeah,
bro,
like, what?
Chill out. Like, I'm not serious. Like, if I really wanted to hurt you, I'd hurt you. You know, like, there's no
malice. There's no malice when you do it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're doing it out of a place of love.
Yeah. It's and that's how it is in Hawaii. Like, I know you've been to Hawaii a few times, but that's the culture there. It's like we're all family. We're all like, we all make fun of each other.
Everyone thinks I'm Hawaiian.
Yeah, dude, bro. Remember I asked you?
You did ask me. Yeah,
I did.
It's literally only because of the hair and like the tattoos.
Yeah, and the dark skin because everybody in Hawaii is Filipino.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, dude. Like that's just the culture over there. It's like everyone's family. Everyone talks shit. You know, just because like not because just it's to make you feel bad. It's just to have fun. To keep relationships like alive.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like if you had a relationship where no one made fun of anybody, nothing would be funny. Not a single thing. I would not be your friend if you weren't. Like if you didn't say a funny thing every once in a while,
it's
you
true.
know,
yeah,
and
true.
so like that's the way that I like I see relationships, You know, I forgot where I was going with this, but
just like don't be sensitive. Pretty
much.
We live in a very sensitive time.
Yeah.
So you have to watch, because even me, like, I used to be reckless. I used to just talk a bunch of shit. Now I catch myself kind of watching my tone. Yeah. Like, it's one, there's a lot more eyes on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And two, I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way.
Yeah.
Or like do it.
You want to be a good example.
Yeah. No, a good example is like Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Like he made a joke. Mm-hmm. Right.
Was it that racist one?
No.
Or it was like a semi-racist.
Homophobic.
Yeah, homophobic one, something like that.
I'm watching his thing on Netflix now, so like
I love that show.
Is it really good?
It's filmed really well. Yeah.
I've seen like the ads and stuff on it, so I was like,
the landscape is so different now. Like back then, it was okay to make that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now people are just pulling up like old stuff, like skeletons.
Yeah.
So I told myself, like, yo, if people ever pull out the skeletons, because I've had some bad tweets.
Yeah.
If people ever pull them up, I'm just gonna be like, yo, like the landscape was different.
Was 8 years ago. Let it go.
And people deserve to grow and learn that their mistakes are don't define them.
I don't even think that's a mistake though, because the landscape was different. It was okay at the time.
True, but it as it translates to the future though. You know, like
right, okay, like
it's gonna change. People are still gonna be ignorant and say like, okay, no, that's what he means. That's how he feels about that. Because people
change and people grow all the time.
Yeah,
I think with Kevin Hart, he has such a big brand. Like he had to like apologize.
Yeah,
for this thing.
It was just
like me now. I would have been like, yo, fuck you guys. Like this is like years ago.
Yeah,
like,
chill out.
I'm sorry.
Dude. Yeah. I think Kevin Hart's just a nice guy, dude.
I think he's a very positive person. I think he means
very.
Well.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. He's a grinder, bro.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast like not too long ago, maybe a few months ago. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, it's such a good podcast, man. Like you learn.
I watched that.
Yeah, you don't really know somebody until they've been on a podcast. Actually,
right.
You learn so like I wasn't like the biggest fan of Kevin Hart. Like the dude's funny. Right. He does some stand up. He does movies. You know, he's a funny dude. But
Soul Plane.
But when he like
I love that movie.
When he like when he was on the podcast, like you really see the real person behind
for sure.
all the movies, all the YouTube stuff, all the stand up, all that stuff, man. Mm-hmm. You really get to see like the purity of someone.
What I'm noticing though is like, so this is a big thing I'm noticing about like.
Oh, do you want a glass?
A little bit, yeah. We're cool. We can.
I got you.
Bit. I glow. I got Asian glow.
Dude, me too. I'm probably red right now.
Probably. Yeah.
I've heard of that. That affects you really bad?
I'm actually allergic to
alcohol. You just turn red?
Yeah, Asians will turn red.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It happens. Yeah. This is the first podcast that I'm drinking on, though.
Yeah.
So. Dude, there hasn't been a podcast where we haven't drank.
See, look, you literally do what you like and you get the drink. So that's cool.
It's definitely, it helps, goes hand in hand.
I feel like it helps the conversations flow.
I feel like you start talking about stupid shit, though.
Yeah, but...
That's if you get
funny
drunk,
shit,
drunk. This is like a chill whiskey, like pour me a glass. Vibe. Yeah.
I will admit it though, like there have been times where I lose track.
When this blows up, I want credit for being. What episode is this?
4, right?
I want credit for episode 4.
Dude,
yo, Rene came when there
how
was
many clicks?
No, dude, and it's so funny because I have a lot of people that are that I want on the thing.
Yeah.
And like fighters, stuff like that.
Right.
And they say, get me when I'm big. I'm like, no, I want you fucking right now because no one knows who you are. I believe in you. So when you do get big, you remember the small people that helped you out at the end. You know, in the beginning. Sure. You know, and it's like, dude, like that's not the premise of the show.
Because that's the craziest part, bro. Like people come out of the woodworks. I used to tweet a lot, like,
Nathan, you want one? Yes, please. Sure.
People like did not believe in me way back when.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And now everyone kind of comes out the woodwork.
My bad, brother.
There you go, bro. Everyone comes out the woodwork and they're like, yo, like,
hey, you
what's
remember
up?
me?
Yeah, hey, we used to be homies. And I'm like, yo, no, don't talk to me.
Yeah,
like,
I don't remember you, my friend.
I mean, I know who they are, but I'm like, yo, like,
but in your
we
head,
were
I'm
not
like,
cool. We were not cool.
Yeah. That's insane, dude. Yeah, and like that's what I tell people all the time. It's like, because they're like, oh, I don't think I'm ready, this and that. I'm like, you're ready. You're never going to be ready until you go out there and you put on that performance, you know?
Right.
And that's the premise of what I'm trying to do is to get those no names. Those no names that are doing big stuff so that they get that little encouragement to go even bigger.
Damn, you just called me a no name.
You're probably the biggest name I've probably had on here so far.
I'm messing with you.
Dude, you're killing it right now.
Thank you, man.
But it's just like not necessarily no names, but people that like
are
that
coming up
that are young adults that are grinding their ass off.
People you believe in. I think
exactly.
That's the biggest part.
And that's what the world needs is those people that believe in you.
Right.
You know, and that's how success works is when you work together as a team, you know.
Right.
And we elevate each other. We support each other. We're the reason why we're doing this podcast right now is to give people hope. You know, and through this process, I feel like we're giving each other hope right now, and we're helping each other think in different ways.
Right. Well,
you know?
It's good to see another person's perspective.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm blinking so much, bro. I have this fucking thing
It's
right
all
there.
good, bro.
I hate that shit.
Little sty?
Yeah, a
Little
sty.
Yeah.
Yo,
I can always call it a sty eye.
Bro, this shit is the worst thing
Dude,
ever.
it sucks, bro.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
dude, it's a good thing it's not a pink eye, though, because pink eyes are fucking worse.
how do you even get pink eye, though? As an adult?
No, because it's a sty. I think pink eyes are like a sty.
Pink
And
eye
then-
is poop.
Is
What?
it?
Pink is if you're.
But what's a
pink
sty
eye is-
then?
I
What does
haven't
a
been.
sty do?
I have
Like,
not
it's just
been eating
bacteria?
ass.
It's just a
so I
buildup.
don't have.
A buildup
Dude.
of pus. It's just a buildup of pus.
Ew.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But why is it so hard though? It's like a ball of like dried pus, or
I guess.
Bro, like this shit is the worst. So it finally
I hate
I'm sweating
popped.
my ass off in here. I'm just fucking.
and now I feel like it's gonna get smaller. But bro, I've had this shit.
No,
and it's
just
like-
leave it. They go away after
Yeah,
a
you
while.
just don't touch it. And you
I
gotta
put that little medicine shit in it.
yeah, put some antibiotic in it. It should go away in
I've
the
been
next week or
fucking
two.
blinking like crazy though.
Yeah,
Sorry for distracting you with my
Dude,
sty.
I'm like sweating my ass. It's hot in here. It was
Is it?
cold
Should
until
I
we
walk
started
out?
drinking.
Should I leave?
Oh, okay, all right, all right, big
There it
pimpin',
is.
relax,
There it is.
dude. So I remember you just posted a video about your Hawaii trip. So how was that, man? How was Hawaii?
Craziness.
I mean, I saw you break your freaking face.
I was riding a motor scooter.
The mopeds.
Yeah, little like a motor scooter. Yeah,
Yeah.
little motor scooter. And I fall, hit the floor. As soon as I hit the floor, I went unconscious. So I'm assuming I slid,
Oh,
and like
jeez.
my entire thing was
Motherfucker.
fucked up. Yeah,
Dude,
Hey.
the way that you made the video though, it looks like you busted your fucking face when you jumped off the roof.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
editor killed it.
Yeah.
Shout out Andrew.
Ooh.
Andrew killed that, bro. He like edited everything, made it look
Yeah.
amazing. So
And I saw the Airbnb message.
yeah,
What?
Yeah.
So this chick, is it a chick?
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
girl.
So she rents out this dope house.
It was a $3 million mansion.
$3 million
It was
mansion.
a $3 million mansion in Hawaii
Yeah.
that I rented. I'm like, you know what? It's Hawaii. Last time I went to Hawaii, it was me and like a girl I was kind of talking to at the time. So
Yeah.
like we went.
Yeah.
and
He's in Hawaii now with like 5 dime pieces, bro.
Oh,
It
jeez.
so me and one girl were just chilling in like the hotel, and I was
Yeah.
like, cool, all right, same. It's gonna be this kind of the same thing this time, but I didn't realize when you go with a lot of people that it gets crazy.
It's more intense. It's
Well,
more intense.
duh.
So
How
I
did you not know that?
yeah, I was on a moped, crashed, jumped off the roof of the pool. They kicked me out of the Airbnb.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I
They
was
said
like,
the
okay.
place was trash.
Would
The
you
pla-
ever?
okay, but here's the thing. They lied. The place was not trash though.
Yeah.
It was not
Yeah.
trash. It
They
was not
just,
trash.
they just over
That was,
exaggerated.
Rene was a poor. Like I was really nice to them. I met them once,
Yeah.
and like I was really nice to them. I apologized.
Yeah.
I did jump off the roof and I did crash,
Ah.
but I didn't trash the place. The place was fine. Like nothing.
Nothing
happened
broke.
with
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Show.
So it was
My
like
question
weird.
is, would you ever get on a moped again?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, he's Filipino,
So
bro. That's what we
well,
ride on.
I'm like I would get on a motorcycle. I want to buy a motorcycle
Okay.
just
alright.
to ride around
It's
LA.
getting
'cause it
dicey,
What
sounds
kind?
perfect,
What
yeah.
kind? Honda, BMW.
I want to buy a
Kawasaki?
Kawasaki. Yeah.
Okay. There you
Bro,
go.
Um,
you got a what the hell is wrong with you? You need a Harley, bro. You need a fucking
can't.
man's bike.
That's like
And
okay.
anybody that rides motorcycles would think you're a little bitch right now for not getting a Harley.
I get that a lot, bro. But like at the same time, like I'm not a fucking like manly man. Like like I ride Harleys. Like
Maybe when you're older.
no, like even then, like
Actually-
I want a crotch
actually-
rocket, low key.
I actually don't like the noise of the choppas. Like like
Yeah,
they're
it's
very
just like-
loud and
yeah.
rambunctious.
bro. So like I really enjoy. Just,
Aaron's like, oh
chilling, bro,
geez,
like-
these guys, they want
Yeah.
Kawasaki.
yeah. So it's like you know what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
yeah, I always grew up around
Yeah.
my dad always he always drove a Harley or
mhm.
he always ridden. He always had a Harley.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
He's
yeah.
always riding a Harley.
So that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always anybody that rides motorcycles is gonna be like a real man's bike is a Harley. They'll always tell you that.
It's so dangerous. And if
Dude.
you're driving in LA though, like it's so dangerous.
bikes are
But
so
okay, but
dangerous.
this is my thing. Like everyone says, like, "Oh, Rene, you're like dangerous," but at the same time, that's the only time I've hurt myself, and I do backflips on cement and shit. So it's like,
I just
you
don't
were
trust
and
the
you were
LA
probably
drivers.
intoxicated out of your freaking mind.
no comment.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah. So what'd you guys do? What island did you guys go to?
Shit, I don't even remember.
Maui, Kauai.
No, Kauai.
Kauai.
Kauai. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Dude,
I went to Kauai.
Dude, I'm trying to go to.
I've been to the Big Island and Kauai, and I want to do Maui next.
Come to Oahu.
Oahu.
Show you around, bro. We'll party together. Show you the real Hawaiian lifestyle, baby.
So I wanted something chill though. That's why I chose that island.
Yeah.
And that's why I was not expecting the craziness that ensued.
What's funny is it's funny though because Oahu is like the most populated island. There's like over 1 million people, and that's like all like out of all the islands, you put them all together, still less than the population of Oahu. And a lot of people go to Oahu and be like, "Oh, it sucked because it's so populated." All this, all that. I was like, "Did you stay in Waikiki the whole time?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, that's your freaking problem."
Right.
If you go to downtown LA and you stay there, that's all you're gonna experience. If you go to Honolulu and you stay in Waikiki, that's all you're gonna experience. If you go to New York and you stay in the city, that's all you experience is that city life. Right. You're gonna get that anywhere you go. Right. Honolulu, LA, New York, they're all the same.
Hawaii. Yeah. Well, Hawaii is my third favorite state in the U.S. Yes. Yeah.
What's your the first was not 1 and 2?
LA. I live in LA.
And then New York. Miami.
No, New York is
Florida.
Ass.
Yeah.
New York sucks. Sorry, people from New York, but
it smells.
No, it just sucks.
Like, I heard it smells during the summer.
That's LA too, though. But like
people LA stinks fucking right now.
People are rude in New York.
Yeah.
LA people are like fake nice at least, which is good. Like,
but that's the thing about Hawaii though. Everyone's actually nice.
True.
That's what I've learned.
So I like Hawaii. Miami's my second favorite. I love Latinas though.
I can't stand that humidity over there.
Okay, but like Hawaii's.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
Yeah, I have. I've also visited the island where you get to like see all the macadamia nuts.
What? I don't know what.
I don't even know what fucking island that is.
I love
just eat the
macadamia nuts. I love macadamia nuts. Okay.
Just eat the motherfucker.
I just eat them. How much time are we at?
We're at 56 minutes.
56 minutes? Dude, the time is flying, huh?
Time is flying, bro. Yeah.
And you guys talked about a lot already. So.
But yeah, dude. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, but whenever you want, bro, I'm planning on going to back home in the summer. If you want to fucking rendezvous, we'll party, and I'll show you some real Hawaii. We'll go, bro.
I'm down, bro. Yeah.
Nathan, if you want to go, I'm going to plan a trip because I'm going to do some podcasts out there because I got a few friends and close people in my life that are fighters, and one of my best friends, Navy SEAL. So we're trying to do it. We're trying to do a podcast.
Just let me know.
Yeah, we'll plan it out right now.
The only time I have to travel is October, and this is my first wedding that I got asked to be in, and I'm going to Canada, Calgary, Canada.
Dude, you gotta go to Toronto.
Very cool.
Have you been to Toronto?
Have not been to Canada yet.
I've
been to Canada. Vancouver, not east side.
Like east side, yeah. What are some destinations you guys are eyeballing? I mean, obviously we're here in Hawaii. Obviously, I'm going to Canada.
I mean, obviously Hawaii is my only destination because I fucking live there. But you probably
I'm about to go ham this year.
Where are you going? You said you're leaving the next 2 weeks.
I'm going to Miami. That's like more like business stuff. Okay. But
you're still gonna be doing your thing out there.
I'm gonna go ham. Yeah. Like as far as traveling, I'm gonna try to do Tulum, Dubai.
There it is.
I want to revisit Bali. I want to go back to the motherland, Philippines.
There you go.
Have you been there before?
Yeah, when I was like younger, like 10th grade.
Young gun?
Like yeah. Need to go back to Colombia. I love like Colombia. Beautiful weather.
What's your favorite country so far?
Ooh, it's tough. I like London, but okay, it was cold, but like the people were beautiful. So I like that part of it.
White chicks out there?
No, you have a good like mix.
Yeah,
it's a good mix.
Asians out there?
Who?
Asians?
Not as much. Right?
I did not meet
not as much.
Too many. Yeah, but like I liked it. It was kind of crowded. It was like a pretty New York. That's my take on it. Yeah, but like as far as I like hot, warm, like jungle type shit.
Yeah.
Like I really loved my Bali trip.
Yeah.
Cause like I got to play with monkeys and like hang out, and it's like
you ride elephants.
Is that
a thing?
Don't ever ride an elephant. That's fucked up.
That's dangerous.
Is it?
No, not dangerous, but like elephant, because so we're so small, right?
Yeah.
How would you feel if there was a rat on your back right now?
True.
Dude, I don't know. Elephant doesn't look like I don't feel like we don't look close to rats.
No, but
the size
wise, yeah. So like, how would you feel if there was a rat on your back right now?
But what about horses?
That's bad too.
That's not as bad.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That was the means of traveling back in the day.
Right.
I'd rather have a fucking horse than walk. I'll tell you that.
No. So horses are not that bad because they're like companions.
Yeah,
where they like
true.
they're like we've domesticated them so much.
Yeah.
That like
Since
it's
the
in their
Western.
blood. Yeah, it's in their blood to like be okay with people riding them.
Yeah.
But elephants were the same way though.
Nah.
What was that?
No.
Can you look up the
Bro, when you're on their back, they're freaking out.
Can you
And
look
it's like so
No, but here's
fucked
the thing.
up.
There was actually a country
I
that
like
used
that. That's kind of cool.
You like that?
Why did you wait till 56 minutes in to do that?
No,
that was her.
No, I mean like, can you look up and like pull something up?
Well,
yeah.
I never had anything to look up.
Yeah. What do you want me to look up?
No, look up the what army used elephants in their
That's
army.
different. That's like they don't give a fuck about the elephants. They're like,
no, but they were
Are you
actually
talking about Lord of the Rings?
No. There was no. Hold on. There was an actual country and there was actual army that used elephants as war animals, kind of like horses, and they were actually very successful too. But the thing is though, like you're saying, elephants actually like they freak out a lot.
Right.
If they get scared, but these elephants were a little bit different because they were like
battle
accustomed to war.
Right.
You know?
No, but like, don't ever ride an elephant, bro.
Yeah.
Don't.
It's just so dangerous. Like you don't want.
Yeah.
To...
See, look, war elephants. Just look at pictures, so we don't get copyrighted.
That's true.
Yeah. You like that? That
Oh, I
ass.
like that. I like that.
I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, but go just Google it or whatever. Yeah, dude, they were using elephants as a like.
It's
war,
different, obviously,
because they could step on people.
But if
too.
they're going to war, like that's different. Like they're
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to,
yeah.
like, if you're literally just going and
look at
traveling
that
on
thing.
vacation, don't ride an elephant.
Yeah, I would.
It's okay to play with them. You can
Yeah,
pet them
so
and stuff.
see, look,
like,
even so, like kings and stuff would have their like they could even put like their own little.
Roman war elephants. Interesting.
I just think of the Lord of the Rings.
Can you look up what army it was though? What armies
I mean, it
used
says
them?
Roman war elephant. So
Yeah, it was probably in Roman time.
I know it wasn't from Rome. That's why I think it was like somewhere in Asia,
China.
like the Mongolians or whatever.
Yeah. But they also rip people in half. So
yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're
Ugh.
using elephants, but they're also ripping people
Yeah,
in half. I
motherfuckers are
think.
crazy.
Like, would you rip people in half?
It says Thailand.
Depends.
Thailand used them. It said
What'd you do to
Thailand.
me? You know,
I would not rip anyone in half.
No.
no matter what.
Faces
No,
of
no
Death.
matter what.
Have you seen
Not even
Faces of
if
Death?
he like rapes your whole family and kills them.
Okay, that got real dark real fast. But like,
No, but like saying never is like kind of gets kind of dicey.
right.
It gets kind
Okay.
of dicey.
Well, you
That's
don't know
like
what
you're taking it to
situation.
extremes, though.
Yeah, you are taking it to
And-
extreme.
Under normal circumstances, in this lifetime, I will never rip anyone in half.
Exactly.
true.
I would just put them to sleep with a shot.
I
I don't know. dude. If you raped and killed my family, I'd rip your
see.
shit
I was
off.
trying not to drink, but now you guys got me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Glad to have you,
guys.
brother.
Cheers.
Glad to have you too, bro.
I don't want to get you guys sick.
Have you been to Australia yet? Dude, I
Haven't.
think you need to go to Australia this
I
year.
haven't done. So the continents I haven't been to: Australia, Antarctica,
Mm-hmm. No one wants to fucking go there, right?
and
It's
I think
cold.
It's cold as shit.
Those are the only two continents I haven't been to.
Yeah?
I think
Yeah, dude. My parents always told
Africa.
me they. Oh, yeah,
I haven't been to Africa, so those are the three.
Yeah, my parents always told me like Australia is the best country they've ever been to.
Really?
People are just so nice. The weather's I would assume it's hot as shit, but the weather's nice. You know, it's not fucking snowing.
right.
It's just a good place to be.
Right.
I heard it's
Yeah.
like LA. I heard it's like LA a little
LA,
bit.
kinda
but a
cool.
little bit nicer, I bet.
Well, just
I don't know
because
about
you'll see
nicer.
the sights a little
Have you seen
bit.
all the fires?
architect?
That's crazy, bro.
Can you look
That's
that
wild.
up, Nathan?
Yeah.
You playing
See?
games over there?
Also, like now you're doing it.
Dude,
Yeah, the fires.
dude, this is our first time. We didn't have 3 cameras.
Yeah.
We weren't able to look up stuff until today.
It's
so
very
dude,
interesting. Like, so like, it's so weird. Like, I don't really like when there's something going on with like people.
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't touch me as much. I don't know. It sounds fucked up, but like,
Yeah.
whenever there's fires and animals are involved, like
Mhm.
when Amazon was on fire, I donated a lot of money.
Okay.
Same thing with this Australia one.
Yeah.
Australia's on fire, I donated a lot of money because
You
like,
go to,
bro,
photos?
like those animal videos are so sad. And like,
Images?
oh,
They are like when you see like the
Yeah, go to
koalas
images.
yes, bro.
images, yeah.
Like,
With
oh my God.
that one koala's like holding on to that lady.
Yes.
That's insane.
or someone's giving water to
And
a
that's
koala.
Yeah, that's like that's a wild koala, dude. I don't know, like I'm not too familiar with wild animals and stuff, but it's like
Right.
if koala doesn't know you, if it's not trained to know you, it's probably not gonna fucking go around you. You know?
Yeah.
That's
So-
that's what I would assume.
The fact that they saved it, probably the koala was like, oh my God.
Go to
like,
that go to that one where it shows the map of all of Australia burning right there.
That's insane, bro.
Those are all of the spots that that were hit.
So why is that? I don't know too much about it. I donated a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know too much about it. Is it just the wind that's carrying it and like setting these places on fire?
Yeah. So have you seen you've probably like seen some of the backlash from like all the LA fires, right?
Yeah.
I live in LA.
Well, I literally left LA just because it was on fire.
Yeah.
Like
So
air quality was bad, so I had to leave.
Because the air quality is really bad. It's dry and the winds are really strong.
Gotcha.
So a mixture of all those stuff,
Yeah.
all that stuff, creates fires. And I'm pretty sure it happens when lightning.
Holy
when
shit!
lightning
Look at
strikes.
that perspective, bro.
Yeah, that's insane.
When it gives you like perspective like that.
Australia's. I think, is it bigger or
It's smaller. Look at it fits right into.
Is
It's
it-
missing Fort Worth. It's missing
Right.
Montana. It's missing Alaska.
is
It's
the
missing.
camera still rolling?
Should be.
Just click on the thing.
So like that gives you perspective, bro. That's
It's
fucking
still going?
insane.
Oh, it's all good. But yeah, that's insane, dude. The fact
Yeah.
that it's like that. All you have to do is tap the screen to see if it's recording.
Go for it.
For sure. But yeah, that's that's crazy. That's insane.
Nuts, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, I've heard Australia is a really good country to visit. Dude, I want to go to Greece. Have you been to Greece?
No, I haven't. That's on the
I heard it's
list. this year.
expensive as shit though, but that doesn't matter for you. He's like, expensive? Hold my fucking beer.
It's on the list of places to go this year. So I really just want to see the world while I'm young. Because, like, I guess my plan for my life is, like, literally until I'm going to keep doing this, like, whatever the fuck I'm doing till 26, this crazy have fun party. I'm trying to be married by the time, like, 28, 29.
Wait, you're 26 right now?
24.
24? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling people were like 23, 24. So
Yeah.
I was right. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, literally 5 years from now, I want to be married and just chilled out. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to just get everything out of my system.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll be good.
Dude, it's crazy. Well, man, we went for over an hour.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep you waiting.
You're
But
good.
I love talking to you, brother.
Of course, bro.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor.
Yeah,
of
no,
having
this
you.
has been a really fun podcast. We literally just chopping it up.
Dude, we're just chopped, dude, and that's
and you
what
didn't
podcasts
ask.
are
You
about.
didn't ask the generic question. So this is everyone's question at podcast. If you had advice for yourself at 17, what would you
Dude,
say?
that's so gay. Like I would never like, bro. I don't even want to ask myself that question.
Yeah, no, it's a. But I do a lot of business podcasts.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
this one was the one where we
Yeah,
just like
dude,
we
this
fuck
is
around.
just this is all love, bro.
This is the
is
fuck
just
around
chilling.
podcast. Yeah, I love it. Cool.
All right, brother. Appreciate
Later,
you.
bro. Yeah.
See you next week. Just kidding.